Currently, my favorite pair of headphones is the Audio-Technica ATH M50X. These things have been around for a while. They've gotten really, really good reviews. And I didn't actually buy them for the Steam Deck. I picked these up because I do a lot of video and audio work, and I wanted something that would allow me to hear all of the details in the audio that I was creating. I guess what really I wanted was so that I could hear all the imperfections, which would drive me crazy because I hate myself, but that's beside the point. These headphones are awesome. Bluetooth headphones work incredibly well with the Steam Deck as long as those Bluetooth headphones are not paired with any other device. I was using my AirPod Pros with the Steam Deck and it worked wonderfully. And then one day I sat down, I was listening to a podcast on my phone. I turned on the Steam Deck, my phone immediately lost control of my AirPods and my Steam Deck took them over. I was like, wonder if this is just an AirPods problem. So then I paired my wife's Surface headphones to the Steam Deck and I ran into the exact same issue. I was playing a game on the Steam Deck. My wife put her headphones on. She listened to whatever video she was looking at on her phone for all of 15 seconds, and then the Steam Deck just stole the attention of the headphones and wouldn't give it back until I told it to forget the device. So 9 times out of 10, if you ask me wired or wireless, I'll say wireless because I hate wires. But this was really frustrating, and I didn't want to buy a specific pair of Bluetooth headphones just for the Steam Deck, and I didn't want to have to keep wrestling with the Bluetooth menu in order to get the thing to work the way that I wanted it to work. Luckily, I had a pair of wired headphones that I decided to try with the Steam Deck, and at first I thought there was a big issue, but I found a solution to that issue, and I'm going to talk about it. I don't think most people would actually recommend this set of headphones for the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck is a gaming device, and these are not gaming headphones. Most gaming headsets have a built-in microphone. These don't. And that is pretty important when you are talking about playing video games. You want to play a multiplayer game, you want to be able to communicate with your teammates. For these to have no built-in microphone, that could be a deal breaker right there. When manufacturers make gaming headsets, they know that the number one thing that you're paying for is the audio quality. And the microphone is really an ancillary thing, and they know that, so they don't put a lot of money into it. And that's why I think you would be hard-pressed to find a gaming headset that has a microphone that is demonstrably better than the built-in microphone on the Steam Deck. So why put any money at all towards that microphone when you can just get a pair of headphones that sounds really good and use the built-in microphone on the Steam Deck? Now, if any of you have a pair of headphones that don't have a built-in microphone and you've plugged it into the Steam Deck, you've probably run into the issue where there's a hardware limitation that the Steam Deck shuts off the internal microphone as soon as you plug anything into that jack. I tweeted at Lawrence Yang about this. He confirmed it is a hardware issue. There's nothing that they're going to be able to do about it if it's a hardware issue. At least that's what I think. But there is a way around it. And that's just with a very cheap USB-C to 3.5 millimeter dongle. Plug your headphones into that and you're all set. Everything works exactly as you would expect it at that point. I've been playing games online with the Steam Deck and the built-in microphone, and people have told me it sounds great. Does it sound as good as my Heil PR40 microphone that I have when I do my podcasts? No. Does it sound as good as my shotgun mic that I'm using right now? Absolutely not. But it sounds good enough, especially when you're playing games, so why spend any of that money on a microphone when you already have one built in? I want to talk about the sound of these headphones. I personally think they're fantastic. When I got them and I put them on, I was incredibly impressed, but if you've been watching my stuff for any length of time, you know that I have hearing issues. So I brought them to work, and there's a guy at work that listens to lossless music. He's an audiophile. He loves this kind of stuff. I handed him the headphones. I said, try these out. I want to know what you think. When he came and handed me the headphones back, he said, I'm buying a pair of these. So I cannot attest to their sound quality because I'm not an audiophile, but I have had an audiophile tell me that they're fantastic, and I've heard many good reviews about the audio quality of these. The bass is really, really great, and overall I think that they sound fantastic. There's so many details of the sound when I put these on that I never hear when I'm using the built-in speakers. The build quality for these headphones I think is pretty fantastic. They are made out of plastic and metal, but they feel very flexible, and you can rotate them any way you want. I feel like there's not too much clamping pressure when you wear them. Anytime that I had a pair of gaming headphones and I would wear them for any length of time, I would start to feel like a pressure as they're pushing on my head, and I would start to get headaches. These I can wear for a really long period of time and not get headaches. However, I will say this. When I first got them, I was incredibly disappointed. The build quality, like I said, is top-notch, but the ear cups that they come with might be some of the worst ear cups that I have ever used. These were terrible, absolutely terrible. They were too small for my ears, and they were hard. Now, luckily, I had a pair of replacement ear cups that I just happened to have in a drawer, and I was like, okay, well, I'm either going to return these or test this out and see if it works. And these ear cups I put on, and everything was fine. So you may decide that if you do pick up this pair of headphones, you're going to spend a little bit extra money on getting extra ear cups to go along with them, because the default ones, they're kind of trash. The Steam Deck is absolutely a portable system, but I would call it more of a backpack system. It's certainly not pocketable. So if I'm going to take it someplace, I put it in its case, I put the case in my backpack. And anytime I have either used a pair of gaming headphones or looked at a pair of gaming headphones, none of them, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but none of them that I know of fold up. And having the headphones fold up and get just a little bit smaller so they take up less room in your backpack, I think is a pretty important thing. These headphones fold up in a lot smaller, and they even come with a little leather pouch that you can put them in, which doesn't take up a whole lot of room in your bag. So generally, if I'm going someplace and I'm going to be gone for any length of time, my iPad goes in my bag, my Steam Deck, and these headphones, and they all fit in there just fine, and I don't feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world with me whenever I go somewhere. When I was looking at getting a pair of wired headphones, the number one thing that I said that I absolutely must have is a detachable wire. The wire is almost always the first thing to fail on a pair of headphones, and then rather than just replace the wire, you end up having to replace the entire headset unless you know what you're doing and taking it apart and you can solder things back together, which I don't know how to do that stuff. I just wanted something that had a detachable wire. So because these have a detachable wire, that was a thumbs up in my book. But on top of that, it comes with 3 wires. It comes with a short wire, which is perfect for the Steam Deck or for your phone. It comes with a really, really long, I think like 10-foot wire that I have no use for right now. It's in a drawer. I probably will find a use for it at some point, but right now I don't need it. And then it comes with a coiled wire, which I think is fantastic. That thing stays plugged into my computer all the time, even when I'm not using it. Then I sit down at my computer and I just plug the wire into my headphones and I'm ready to go. And then if I want to play a game on my Steam Deck, I unplug the wire from my headphones, grab my Steam Deck, put the wire into the Steam Deck, put the wire into the headphones, and I am off to the races. It's really, really awesome, and I love that it came with all of these extra wires so I could leave them plugged into things without having to unplug and move things around every time. So what headphones are you using with your Steam Deck? Let me know in the comment section down below or at me on Twitter. If it's your first time here, please subscribe, and here is a video that you can watch in the meantime. Bye everybody, stay awesome.